Sometimes making the perfect meal could cost you an extra visit from you-know-who, the plumber, if you're not careful. Well, Jeff Marshall, who is with Tidal Plumbing Services, is here to make your cleanup, and hopefully you won't have a visit from him tomorrow, but hopefully a little less stressful.
And we have people working tomorrow.
Right, exactly. So, okay, just in case, right?
Just in case.
But hopefully you're going to give us some great tips so we can avoid that. So first of all, welcome, Jeff. Thank you. So tell me a little bit, well, first of all, tell me if this is true, that Thanksgiving Day is actually the busiest day for plumbers.
The day after.
Okay, the day after.
And even through the weekend, because a lot of people have Thanksgiving over Grandma's house one day, and then maybe the next they'll have it over their house. All depends. Yeah.
Okay. Oh, well,
the whole weekend.
Crazy. Okay, so hopefully Friday won't be that day. Okay, well, tell me some things that people need to avoid, need to do to avoid any plumbing issues.
Well, that's why I brought the garbage disposal right here.
Oh, so this is what a garbage disposal looks like.
This is what it looks like underneath your sink, yes.
I know what it looks like on top here, but that's what it looks like on bottom.
And people don't use this because normally people are in the kitchen that normally aren't in the kitchen. Kids are in there, families in there, everyone's not knowing. It gets chaotic, at least at my house. So what I tell people to do is don't throw Thanksgiving feast down a garbage disposal. It's not for garbage. Take the plates off, put them in the garbage. Then the remnants are supposed to go in the garbage disposal, and it should be running with a lot of water before you start putting food in it, and it's only made to take scraps.
Okay, so when it comes to grease or fat oils.
Well, there's the other thing. To avoid that, what you want to do is take as much off as you can, but you can't take it unless you lick the plate like I do. you just can't. You just can't get it all off. And what happens is, as you run try to run it for about 3 minutes. Warm water, hot water, for 3 minutes.
On your garbage disposal.
Because you want to see it go out the line, because if not, what happens, it congeals. And then I get called in later on because as the farther it goes, it turns into a solid.
Okay, so what you're saying is after we put as little as food possible in our garbage disposal, run it for about 3 to 5 minutes.
And you're running water as you're putting, but try to avoid as much food in this as possible.
Okay, well what food should we absolutely, positively not put in our garbage disposal?
Celery, anything with skins.
Okay. So like your turkey skins?
Bones. Bones.
Yeah.
Those are things you're not supposed to put in. Potato skins. That's a no-no. Don't want to put potato skins in here because sometimes it won't go through the teeth. It'll just cover them up. Okay,
got it. Okay, well, some interesting things there. Now, what are some other things that if you do happen to get a clog in your while you're in the process of making your Thanksgiving meal, do you have some advice? Because I noticed you have something here.
Yes, this is a drain maintainer, bottle rooter. What this does is it attacks grease and soaps, which basically congeal down the line. And you can use this in tubs, sinks, and kitchen sinks, and that's what takes care of the grease. But a lot of times, you may not need a call for that. There's a button right under here.
Oh, cool.
And that's a reset button.
Under your garbage disposal?
Absolutely.
And so what does that do?
What that does is, a lot of times the motor, if it feels like it's overheating, to protect the motor, it has a breaker. And then you just press this button. And a lot of times, if it's not spinning, you can put a Allen key in there and move it, and you can usually move it back and forth and maybe break free some of the debris that's in it, and then get a brave soul to put their hand in there and move the debris.
Yeah. Well, that's some pretty good advice. I had no idea. I have to say I actually learned something there. So, Jeff, I hope that your Thanksgiving or day after Thanksgiving isn't as busy after this one. So you gave us some good advice. Thanks, Jeff, for joining us.
Thank you.
Some good stuff there. And just to add to that whole scenario, there's also composting. If you keep a little bucket by your kitchen, you'll be pretty good to go. So, Jeff, we'll see you later. Thank you.